Hello.
Hello! Today is all about Ben Boyd National Park, the southern end that is, and we're going to discover all the things that make it enchanting apart from the rugged coastline and beautiful bushland. Let's explore!
Making breakfast.
So you're not enjoying cooking in the van, are you really?
That's alright.
It's alright?
Yeah, it's okay.
Wish we had brought the barbecue.
Yeah.
But he did manage to make me a full English breakfast.
It's not taking us around that much. Saltwater Creek. I think that might be on the way to the other one.
We'll have to have a look.
So we'll go this way?
Yeah. Master Bay Lookout in Ben Boyd National Park. We've come on about 20 k's of dirt road to get here. Heading to Greencape Lighthouse. But how spectacular is this coastline? Because we couldn't get our national parks pass before we left because we're in a rental van, it cost us $8 for the day. And we got rewarded with an absolutely amazing lookout. We thought about flying the drone from there, but Phil decided it was too busy, too windy, and then more people came, so it was probably good for him. So this is Greencape Lighthouse. Where the signal flag locker is. Oh, where the lot flags get held.
Flags.
Yeah, it's alright, I've caught up now. You know me. The lighthouse keepers' cottages. You can rent these. Some solar panels. So Greencape Bay is south of Eden and it's in the south part of Ben Boyd National Park. It's just absolutely stunning. Today's lighthouse, a little beacon that requires no winding of clocks or anything. So this is a nice little campground, fenced off camping areas. We did try and camp here, but they were booked out due to COVID. They are limiting the numbers in their capacity at their campsites. Looks like we're getting a secluded beach lunch. Beautiful white sand. Not a bad lunch spot.
Quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got in there?
No. So here we are in our own little secluded spot. Waves at our feet almost. Perched on some rocks. We're at Ben Boyd Tower, or Boyd Tower. Let's keep exploring this beautiful part of the south coast of New South Wales. Just like home, the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, bushfires ravaged this area as well. And usually you can't see all of Ben Boyd or Boyd Tower from Eden, but due to the bushfire and the clearing of the land you can. Something that's popular to do around here is called the Light to Light walk. It's a 30k walk from Boyd Tower to the lighthouse at Greencape. And we just saw a couple of girls heading off not very late, but late mid-afternoon to start that. They've done the car shuffle, so they've got a car here and a car there, and yeah, it would be really, really interesting and really pretty to do, I would think. It's very rugged down here. So Boyd Tower was built in the 1840s with the hope of it becoming a lighthouse, but when the powers of be came to survey the area, they decided Greencape was the better place. Boyd just ended up with a very impressive tower.
His idea was to be whale spotting by day and lighthouse by night.
Ah.
But he never got approved for the lighthouse.
So he just used it for whale spotting.
Yeah, and he gave him the jump on all the other people because it was his own tower, not for all of them to use.
We were told by our friends that we visited that there's this bush that comes out called kangaroo apple, and it only comes out after a fire has been through. And they'd said that at the tower there were lots of them, so we're assuming this is it. If there's anyone out there who can tell us otherwise, please do. Oh wow, it actually has Boyd engraved in the turret at the top. Well, boy now. Staked his claim for all to see. That's Eden, right over there in the distance. I just love how you just walk around a bend and that's what you get met with. We thought that little fence was keeping us out. Yeah. There's just detail everywhere. I feel like I'm walking through the Roman amphitheatre or Ostia Antica with all those rocks, as you can see at the very top of the tower. The rocks have fallen over the years.
It's been hit by lightning, I think that's mainly worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, well they've said it's been hit by lightning a few times and survived fires.
That's solid as.
The ferocity of the fire must have been awful. You look out over on the peak and it's just nothing's left. And here we are, Davidson's whaling station. So let's go check out this part of whaling history. This is the Davidson's family home. There's these signs that apparently will be throughout the site to explain what you're looking at. Phil, when did they say whaling was? Winter and spring.
Yes.
And so the Davidsons, who lived in this house and were given this bit of freehold land, did many other things to support their family, as well as tour guiding, running a post office, and the lighthouse at Greencape that we went and saw before. Yeah, so they had their finger in many pies. And they had 8 children in their spare time. Another secluded beach. This is the try works where they extracted the oil out of the blubber. I must admit, there is part of me that is a bit sad at this place to know that it is known for its horrible acts. As I've said before, coming to these places is important because it helps you remember, even though you can't completely grasp what's going on and what happened in places like this, you can still learn from the past. What do you think, Phil?
Looks a lot like hard work to me.
Yeah.
Pretty tough life. I can't imagine what the smell would be.
No. We've ducked into the Seahorse Inn at Boydtown. In 1843, this building started to be built. By 1930s, it was almost derelict, but they were able to save this building and not the outbuildings. There is Eden, and our caravan park's round there. This is the back of the Seahorse Inn, The name was taken off one of the ships that would come through and stop. In the 1800s it became quite the notable place to stay between Sydney and Melbourne as people made their way up the coast. This particular rendition of the facade came into being in the 1930s when it was bought as a derelict building. And there was a lot of accommodation that went with the inn in its heyday, but yeah, by the 1930s it had changed hands a couple of times. It had been left abandoned for a few years, and the rest of the township that was built up around the Seahorse Inn, which was called Boydtown, ceased to exist. Tonight we've had our first real storm and wet weather since we've got into the van. I'm glad we did the national park today because I think those roads are going to be quite hairy tomorrow.
It's very muddy out here.
Is it?
I parked in the wrong spot tonight, I think.
How was the having to go to the toilet and not having an ensuite? Are we regretting it tonight?
We are tonight.
If you liked what you saw, why not hit the like and subscribe button? Ring that little bell so you'll be notified of our upcoming videos. As always, thanks for joining us. Travel brilliantly. Bye. Looking for more? Why not check out the playlist above or find us on social?